Welcome back to Smokies Plus. This video is going to be a little bit different than what I normally put out, and I implore you to watch till the end. This video is about a friend of mine. His name is Hunter. I met him a couple of years ago in Gatlinburg. He's verifiably my youngest fan. His mom had reached out asking, since we were in Gatlinburg at the same time as them, if we would be able to meet up, and we did. At that time when we met Hunter, what they didn't know was that he was suffering from type 1 diabetes. They would later get that diagnosed and begin his treatment. So his mom reached out to me a couple of weeks ago and asked if I would just promote on my channel the diabetes walk that Hunter's taking place in to help him raise funds for his walk. We said we would do him one better. That we would join him in this walk and help raise those funds ourselves. So here's the interview. Thank you so much for watching. Please watch to the end, like, and share so we can get this message out and help Hunter and so many others that are doing these walks to help find a cure for diabetes.
Well, I'm Hunter. There's nothing really else.
I'm Jennifer.
And I'm Mick. We're the Browning family.
I love the pictures that Jennifer had sent. The reminiscing about the day that we got to meet you guys, and it was such a cool experience. Like, I've run into people who have recognized me in Gatlinburg before, and that's always kind of interesting. But getting to meet you, Hunter, that's probably still one of the coolest things that I've experienced through this whole YouTube journey. So I appreciate you wanting to get to meet me and get to meet you. I remember it like it was yesterday. So
Thank you. And also we have another person.
oh, there he is. Wait. There he is. Oh, that's so cool. All right, so the purpose of this, while we got on this call, and I want to tell it to anybody who's watching this video, Jennifer had reached out to me and asked if I could call out the walk, the upcoming. What is the name of the walk?
It's
JDRF
one walk, yeah.
Yeah, and she wanted me to, if I was able to either mention on the channel or somewhere on one of our social media places. So I told her I wanted to do one better. Not only do I want to make sure that we announce it on our YouTube so people can support, and the link to give is going to be down in the description. I wanted to join you on the walk, if that's okay.
Absolutely.
Is that okay?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So
That'd be fun.
what exactly is the goal of the money that's raised? What does that go towards?
It goes to JDRF, which is Juvenile Diabetes Research Fund, which goes to curing diabetes.
Okay, excellent. So let's talk a little bit about your case specifically. What was the first signs that you knew something was wrong, where you had to go get tested?
Yeah. It wasn't really me who said you need to go get tested. It was him, her, and my mama.
Yeah.
And the first sign that they saw was like I was peeing a lot more than I usually did.
And drinking a lot more water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would drink one bottle of water and then ask for another bottle right after that.
Wow. So just this constant thirst
Yeah.
And just something I guess I've kind of hated about it is not really seeing it, and I've tried to tell a lot of other parents and stuff about it. We were on our way, I think maybe into Huntington or something like that, in Huntington, West Virginia, and he was in the back seat, and and he kept telling me, Dad, I gotta go, I gotta go, I gotta go. And I mean, just being dad, I'm like, listen, dude, you're just gonna have to wait till I find some place, you can go or something, and he, and he had an accident, and that was before we really even knew what was going on. So I try to warn others about, it's just one of the signs. It's just one of the things to, kind of give you a clue if it's your child going through this and you have those types of changes, because it wasn't something that happened, like months, it wasn't like something that's been going, it just almost overnight. I mean, it was just a change in him. We've learned a lot. And so we try to get those things out, just kind of the warning signs. If it's your child, I mean, if this thing happens or this happens, then you may want to go get checked,
What were some of were there other warning signs? I mean, was there other indicators beyond that?
Yeah, there were. There was like
your energy.
My energy, and then I was staring off into space a lot.
Yeah.
And that's a sign when your sugar's high, you'll stare off into space.
Yeah.
You can't really focus. And then 2 more signs he had that we didn't know about until he got diagnosed is he would wake up in the middle of the night screaming and crying, saying, I had a bad dream, Mommy.
Yeah.
And we just thought it was him not wanting to go to sleep. And the doctor said, no, that was his body's way of waking him up so his sugar didn't get too low. And then another one is he would have really bad stomach pain to the point where he wouldn't even eat. And that's another sign of high sugar.
Also migraines.
Yeah.
Which I already have. The doctors diagnosed me with migraines when I was like maybe 7. But I had been having them more recently.
More frequently.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, and not having answers for multiple things and having to deal with all of that. I mean, it's hard to see your kids go through anything, especially when you don't have answers.
It got to the point where he was seeing a neurologist for his migraines, and then come to find out it was type 1 diabetes.
So that's how you found out, was through some testing?
No, that's not how we found it. The way we found out is they kept referring us to the neurologist. The neurologist like, well, we'll see you every 3 months. We'll see you every 6 months. Then the day he got diagnosed, which is October 31st.
Which is kind of a coincidence, because the day, which was Halloween, which is full of vampires, scary stuff, they took about 11 tubes of blood from me.
That is very ironic.
He woke up that day. He goes, Mommy, I'm not sick, but something's not right with my body. So I called my mother-in-law over. She came over and looked at him. She said, you need to take him to the hospital. Something's wrong. Because he was so pale. His eyes were sunken in.
Yeah.
And we took him, and the doctor asked me what his symptoms was. I told him he was using the bathroom a lot more, drinking a lot more. And I said, we're going to do some blood tests.
At first, she thought it was cancer.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing about it. I mean, and honestly, that was a scare that was on our minds, because, I mean, you saw him. You mentioned that day that we had saw you and met you there down in Tennessee. At that time, he was almost 90 pounds.
Almost 90 pounds, yeah.
Almost 90 pounds.
Now I'm 70.
Yeah. Well, he went from that all the way back to like 60.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I mean, he dropped like 30 pounds in like
3 months.
Yeah, 3 months.
Hunter, how did you feel when you first found out?
At the time, I didn't really care.
Yeah.
He just wanted to feel better.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Which is kind of everyone's first thought.
Yeah. Well, that was one of the things that he told us, when we kind of got the diagnosis, and we as parents, we're trying to wrap our heads around, okay, what's our life going to be? What's our life and his life going to look like from here on out?
Yeah.
And we, kind of understood, okay, from here on out, I mean, the rest of his life, he's got to have this medicine. He's got to have these shots. And and we asked him one day, you know, if he hated getting the shots, and he actually told us, he said if you knew how I felt before the shots, you would see why I don't mind taking the shots.
So what are the treatments like now? So what all is involved in that?
There's this little patch called a CGM. What's it called?
Dexcom.
No, I mean like
A
CGM sample.
Continuous glucose monitor.
Continuous glucose monitor. It reads your glucose levels and just gives you accurate readings, so you don't have to finger prick yourself all the time. I might get all those out.
And it's attached to his back right now. He has to change it every 10 days.
Okay.
And
then there's insulin, which is of course used for getting my sugar down. There's glucagon. Yeah. There's a long-lasting insulin and a long-acting insulin and short-acting insulin. The short-acting insulin is
Novolog. And
Novolog.
And he gets it every time his sugar's high. And every time he eats something that's more than 15 grams of carbs, he has to give himself a shot.
And then at night, usually about 10 o'clock, I get the long-acting insulin, which is called Lantus. And then there's glucagon, used to get your sugar up. Tell them like what.
Okay. The glucagon is if his sugar ever goes below a certain amount and he passes out and starts having seizures, we have to give him a shot in the leg of glucagon.
Gotcha.
Then there's Bastimi.
There's Bastimi. That's a nasal spray. Same thing as glucagon, but just goes in the nose.
Sounds like you guys have a lot to deal with. You know, I've known a few folks who have kids that have type 1 diabetes, and it's it becomes a way of life. But at first, I'm sure it was very overwhelming, and at times it still can be.
It was, and I think I'm saying this for all of us.
One thing I do want to say. Type 1 was not caused by his eating habits.
Yeah.
Everyone always tells me when they first find out, like, well, maybe he should have ate a little bit healthier. Maybe he should eat more fruits and vegetables.
No, that's not what caused it.
Yeah, Hunter ate fruits and vegetables. He was not much of a junk food kid.
No.
Yeah.
But what it is an autoimmune disease. They said something probably attacked his pancreas and just took all of his cells out of there. And his body just got confused and started fighting something that it shouldn't have been fighting.
Or it got, adding on to that, or it could have got confused and started attacking itself.
Yeah.
I said the day that we met you there in Gatlinburg, that morning we were kind of concerned on whether we were really even going to get to do anything that day, because he woke up that morning and just did not feel good, and we didn't know why.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm so glad you did, and I'm glad we were able to make this connection and that you guys reached out to me, because if it's important to you guys and it's important to me, and I want to be able to support it. Last question: what is the financial goal that we're trying to reach collectively as a team?
It is.
What's your goal?
1,500.
Okay. I think. Now that I'm speaking to those of you watching this on YouTube, I think we can put a dent in that ourselves. So the link to donate is down below in the description for you to give to this walk. It'll be in June, and we're very excited to be able to figuratively and literally walk alongside Hunter in this cause. So. Thank you guys for jumping on with me. I really appreciate it. And best of luck to you on raising those funds. And our prayers are always with you and as you deal with this type 1 diabetes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. We really appreciate it. We really appreciate what you've done for us.
So we got a package from our friend Hunter. I was going to go ahead and open it on here on camera so see what all he said. It's information about low blood glucose or hypoglycemia. I will read through this. Looks like maybe little bracelets? Yeah. Little bracelets that say type 1 diabetes awareness.
You see Bob's face? There you go.
Those are cool. And looks like a card. Thank you for supporting us
Aww.
in our type 1 diabetes walk of Find a Cure for Diabetes.
That's so awesome.
He even drew the little ribbon here. Alright, and this is the last thing in there. It's like a t-shirt.
It's one of my favorite verses.
Hunter, thank you so much for the gifts. We really appreciate it, and we're so excited to be able to support you on this walk and come alongside you.